We need you, Holy Spirit. We need you where we are. We need you every time. So my fury, Say a farewell, yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, bro. Hey, yeah. Say a farewell, Jesus. Jesus. Say a farewell, Jesus. Jesus. Once more, let me welcome you to Emra in the show. Let me welcome each and everyone. And tomorrow being being Valentine's Day, I would say a happy Valentine's Day to all, especially the females out there. The technical issue has been resolved. And the good news is we are back today. We chose a very interesting topic, which is reflection on the prophecies, previous prophecies, and what we should expect next in the world. They say credit must be given where it is due, and it must be withheld where it is not. Sasofo ne kan say me na say no krebe ma mo sa credit. Ne mo so mo via off nso a na ya check your mo. So mbeka ya me wo dates ni nyina ho ye ba bebo. 3 videos. We share your last 3 videos here na. And some Prophet Walker ekeka ni nyina no. Him say ebia statistics. Some were way back in December before 31st watch night, you know. There's some more kind of both videos and still away you better reflect on those things and near Busan say. Na I don't want you to be stop us on your man. Now and I said drop here and no pay. Our focus here was to keep them in check. To moka all kinds of meaning and make I say your listeners need viewers in any day. I'm on track it, some no back can. Then they you be holding accountable. Ya discuss as you we be it will fear happen. Tiene Michelle Namsino, I say you're caught into Saudi way. Now, the most important thing they're dying, you know. And then so no, I know CCC, most of them have become international prophets. What is happening in the world, precisely on the world stage? And I had to be a mechanic. If Friday be, I mean, the difference between you know, some of them, I'm to me who your man and see what they call the eye of the seer. And you will be a Prophet Walker. So what is going to happen between the United States, Ukraine and co? The NATO allies, what are we anticipating to see? Because when the prophecies in the Yoma Bioka or mention Putin, either directly or indirectly. You know, looking at what is happening, you know, I mean, most commentators, political commentators, if back into Africa and so kakra, the Ba Africa idea bishini, you several coups d'etat be a failure or Guinea-Bissau and all kind of them. Other countries in this, no, you share. Now, what else? No, what am I? My question I always ask, no, so anybody who idea, you be who idea be any free me. So let's keep checking them. Let's keep testing them. But this idea, I can assure you, that there's gonna be consistency. You see, and we'll be in a hacky system, no. It's all. I don't want to speak so much into it. It's all out of jealousy. I can't understand this. Sometimes I'm a person I don't address those issues. So envy. Really, we only spend just the whole weekend. Spend it just 3 shows per. And currently 2 per. A political show near a spiritual award. I think I did business lectures and so, but that's it. I don't know why when this particular programs are. And you call off any Facebook and other platform they resolve the issue no. They were I didn't see what happened, but when the person may come back and forth. Almost your investigations and they realize that in committee and yeah copyright issue be a violate issue. It was just an attempt to know person the sabotage program it didn't work out. Now it's almost 3 minutes to 2:30 on the Eastern clock, which is like almost 7:30 our GMT. You bet you Ghana for now for almost program as a chill be. We are starting a share program no. Now for your Prophet Walker and so. But prior to that, you be your 1 or 2 be. Meaning say you know Bekaya. Young quote way back 3 weeks. We buy a platform no so 3 weeks in the paper at the hall. Topics are on year and ebini. Bekaya, no dates ni bibia ewa. Yeah, bought some of your videos on December 12. Sure, Prophet Walker and maybe I reflecting on Kakra.
The entities that control those planets will fight. So the one who will emerge as a winner will control the following year, the whole year. So when they fought, those entities fought, and it gets to the last 2 entities, maybe it's So the first and the second runner up, no. Into almost final now, me, win into win because of the first and second runner up, no. Almost fight me September, October, November, December. That's when almost fight me. But the battle is certificate January. The spiritual battle is certificate, a short battle is certificate January.
Oh, okay.
It's only now we do September now. No more die battle now. Almost maybe almost torso second and first.
Okay.
Almost no more is the winner. So this is what they do. The September, November, December now.
Yeah, final match.
Yeah, the final match. You know, the heat they are fight produce, the energy they are fight produce. You know, and then they created those kind of atmosphere on the planet, physical world planet, you know, and Earth planet. You know, because the one who win will control the Earth planet. So definitely, if they are fighting because of the Earth planet, then their energy also have to have effect on the planet at the same time. And because of that, on energy they produce banana, the heat that comes out of their fight, you know, is not a good one. No? It creates something we call violence. It take away peace, stability in every country on the earth. So if we will be if go and go on count you may be a promised land. We take them 40 days, but I was aware of this spell.
What makes you think that Emisata was aware?
Very good. I remember, all due respect to Osubempa, I give credit to him. I remember before, when Atamis died and Emisata was appointed, Osubempa was interviewed on Peter.
On like more oracle for the prophecy and everything like that. Because yesterday they are being very unfair to the people from Central Region.
You don't have any option than to go and stand on the street and beg. It will also be at a pound,
So,
you're going to on my papa on my and one almost and the bar. There's no Nippon has gone after the administration.
okay. I go on, I'll find easy with it. No, he's calling an house. Would you be at?
Come and go to your shade. And the back, based on what this year, I know level. But me are detected. Miss Smith, you know, payment, no, me best with the fever. Who isolated that? The female creator. So, on the encounter we have had with spirits, you know, because of that we have arrived at, then that's wrong.
All right, young call we so. You will the fear on the 12th, on the 19th, which is
to send me about. All my life. I'm no more school you say work at the or I'm a classmate or so if the prophet give a prophecy and the prophet has been fulfilled, it doesn't mean the prophecy was a false prophecy. The same time, when the prophet gives a prophecy and the prophecy gets fulfilled, it doesn't make the prophecy a genuine prophecy. What makes a prophecy a genuine is the spirit behind the prophecy, the supernatural power behind the prophecy, the energy behind the prophecy, the elements behind the prophecy. That makes the prophecy genuine. So when the energy, the spirit, the element, behind the prophecy is divine, then the prophecy is genuine. But when the energy, the spirit, and the how people start attacking you, people start tarnishing your image, making false allegations about you, that you are not from God, you belong to occultic group, occultic group. I remember one guy I know told somebody that first one, Walker friend is not from God. He's also a prophet. He's telling people I'm not from God. I am a member of a Illuminati group in America, and even I am a grandmaster of the Illuminati group in America, occultic group. And every month I fly from Ghana to America for aquatic meeting, Illuminati meeting. Meanwhile, me myself, I don't know America. Me myself, I don't know when. I don't remember when I travel with plane. So sometimes it's our own colleagues who gather or who cook falsehood, false news, false things, and to tarnish their fellow colleague prophet just to get people attention. I have never been to America, but my own fellow prophet told somebody that I'm not from God, and I am a member of a Illuminati. I wanted to convince him and draw him into the group. So I don't remember the last time even I spoke with him, and I don't remember when I said I'm a member of Illuminati, so you should come and join. And those who know me know that as a worker, you have never been to America before. So how can you say that worker every month he flies into America for? So water will play a key role, or is assassinators who use water method to assassinate him. How it will look like, oh, this is a normal thing, just a natural cause. It was normal accident, a natural accident, nobody behind it, but it wasn't. It was assassination. I see two powerful countries. One country share border with Russia. Another country is not even in the same continent with Russia, or even thinking of sharing border with the country Russia. They have their own continent. They are far away from Russia, Asia continent, which Russia is in or part of the Asia continent. But one country which also part.
Okay, Russia is more like Eastern Europe.
Russia's what?
It's more like on Eastern Europe. It's part of Eastern Europe. The Soviet Union is part of the USSR, or the current Russia is part of Eastern Europe.
Yes, but I'm saying that a country that share border with Russia,
okay,
that country which share border with Russia is part of Asia continent.
Okay, I see what.
Yes, but the other country is not part of Russia. It's not part of Asia continent. They are different continents. So that's what is going to happen. But it's the two countries that will involve.
What will happen?
The world will experience earthquake.
No. So I can remember countries may not come as one can't. What will happen?
How?
The one that share border with Russia, and the one that is in Asia, Asian continent, but doesn't share border with Russia. What is going to happen with it?
The name of the country or
no, event being the issue, like you didn't get into it. What is
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying that what will happen? It will be very difficult for people to digest it, to think as assassination. But meanwhile, assassination, many people will assume, think, and believe that it is a natural cause. So natural cause, there's no need for us to go after those countries if only it becomes too suspicious that it's assassination and these countries are behind it. That's when maybe Russia will decide to go after those countries. But how it will look as natural cause, it will not trigger any internal or external violence or war between Russia and those countries.
Oh, I mean, those countries, will be the brain behind the assassination of Vladimir Putin. Is that what you're saying?
Very good, very good.
Because we just said that was it.
But how they will cook and organize the assassination, it will be very difficult for you to believe that no, this is an assassination. Because you will think that it's a natural cause.
All right,
it's a natural accident.
The boss said, yeah, bulletin. Sometimes you say, one issue you are. No, I mean, say, now. We just say it was a different issue. All right, let's go. After celebrating. Now, you say the Earth is going to experience earthquake, right?
The Earth planet, the Earth is going to experience twin earthquake a lot.
Oh, okay.
Not enough one continent, but the global world, it will experience. The and Russia and Asia experience here. After 2 days time, 3 days time, North South America will experience it. After maybe the foreign day, Africa will experience it. The foreign day maybe Middle East. So something which is continuously. And take long say maybe 3 months later, and this continent experience it. So the year will be a lot of earthquake, and a lot of earthquake that will come along. It will take life and property. So that's what it is. There will be a major crash on the ocean. There will be a test of weapon, a test of a weapon, and how they projected the weapon operation will fail or got failed, and because of that, it will trigger a disaster, and it will affect those countries that was behind the test of the weapon and their neighboring members who they share the same border or the same continent with.
And another way to all my countries. Why not?
No, I'm coming. So there will be a test of weapon. On my try weapon will see you. But then I said, I'm testing now, I'm expecting a weapon and pay, and cause a consumer disaster. I will see you. And the result, life. It's a problem, even their global market because of that, those investors in those countries now will be their investment. And I see that country from Asia.
China. All right, let's do this. Young boy, your last video about before 31st prophecies of my in a way was January 2nd. Because that's what I saw on the social media.
Too much. To influence the IGP office. Now, what show you when your message on the man and ma? And the IGP charismatic pastors, on one solid vampire, you are receiving message from God. What to tell you? I see that country from Asia. So the issue will be Asia, and a lot of countries within the Asia continent will be affected. So that will be one of the major reasons why Asia market will crash.
All right, that's enough. You call back into 3 weeks. No more can any be. But then you be focused so much on what is happening in Ukraine and NATO and other countries, because of can be for Vladimir Putin. Tim say and your Prophet Walker. I heard him say be focused on. Nti yen che nyumu we start yen no ebeba line so na ya mana aboa ye kakra. Putting a top pressure on Europeans in the bar. There's so much stress. You could see, say, for the past 3 weeks, it hasn't been that easy. Now, even the Americans and other countries, and they come to realization, say, any moment from now, be a baby to see. Yes, at Kiev and at Donbass. So, Prophet Walker prophecies will give you about Putin, and you ever actually. Now, or boy, into him, you try say, you didn't ever have 2 lines, so, and then. You shut up and you taking much time no na your reflection kakra. See at this point he him say your Prophet Walker na the time no dey aka na the babe man no. Toma omunya abutre na no e beda mu nyina wase for more patience. Prophet Walker, hold on 1 second. Prophet Walker. Ma yɛmfa kwan wei so na yɛnkyia wo yɛnsan so ɛma ɔkɔ na issue about your network na yɛsa no ma address no earlier on team say we don't have to go so much into it internet him say it's been a while nti yɛbɛma wakyia atiefo nyinaa na only started program minim sɛ na wotie deɛ a yɛkɔ 3 weeks back on the 12th on the 19th and I believe the week after on the 19th which is January 2nd. And he reflects on some of prophecies about now some American wow quote statement be says will be share come na say a bema and just a good prophet and just so free nyame now I'm a moon so and just so free nyame name energy and spirit you see no and no emum na the access say a nyame kan na say nyame kan you looking out for 2 things as to say mon nyuma mu free nyame secondly you access some more can say MAS stories be na mo abeto to my na echo nti mikoti bibi me say credit must be given where it is due and it must be withheld where it is not earlier on meaning so went here obi oti bia be say me acknowledge you me my credit so because we are just not even the end of the 2nd month of the year you must have prophecies ni bi ama na ebamu. It was before on the 19th December. We began some happen. I'm just say the events in 2022. And before 31st night and so no began some which is 19th and 12th December. How do you can some I'll go back at 3 videos out here and show here. We're talking about coup d'etat BCC. Including boy enemy, even though Cote d'Ivoire and Memu, Nigeria cry and Memu, but you who say not Guinea Bissau can we Bemu. And at the 2022 prophetic events and so by an old boy Vladimir Putin. Which is Russia for president. This year is the strong man or the man of attention globally. Only no be a kind of one. In the episode, I acknowledge you. I mean, Obian to me bonny trim and Casadi way. Now, many we are no idea be. May research na many be ball at the so. Now, you show now, ye be show now, me no be idea. I want to find out, say, who read this report no na ade be your prophecies ana wo de me read it first for me and the public institute will be the prophet ubechia na afi meaning say otie ya reflections no some aka kan no kwan fa so ba mu na what we should expect next. Okay
ya mompaye lahu alayba hasarabi ma'ala wanda hi wasami salu fala al wasmida surara ma talibi kubata awosa abdilabu sabila alamatu balabi atadun salabi shadula akalu wasani ma andibusi ala tuma inda wasuba al wakabi onyagobo tu fo nkwa ne nyakopon awotiase wanimi oti nyakopo bi ani hobio kuto no bo so wasase obo abodi aka nyinara se wo mu nyina ntirem no mo nya wapede mawo na mfa odi mpagya ye kese si abodi edi nyinara tu fo nyakopon odi na mesraw don hwere mu bedi hene efa bibia no mu udi na mesraw se me da koma nyina hye wonsa akoma bia oti asem we bia adwin bia oti asem we bia so nyankopɔn tumfo wo de wo sabe ka sa adwin no wo de wo sabe ka sa akoma no ne nipa ne tie na akoma pamu na wa de nyama mo nyankopɔn tumfo me fra bɔfo pain therapy no bɔfo pain therapy so susu biara efu nyankopɔn be sorry wo program yi mu bia no nyankopɔn tumfo ma bɔfo pain therapy ni therapy won tete sa susu mbone no omfo ne hye nyankopɔn tumi ase na wotumi ndi hene ewi aka so nyankopɔn no wa ya udimu na mesra otumfo nyankopɔn amen
amen
me che otie fu nyina na wa hwefo nyina
ya jozo fe ne afi
bizo afi bia ye wom ne say in prophetic no me prophetic no say na tinie two things other say everybody yankasa na me kasa which is we call it the Holy Spirit and also the Spirit of God on me kasa direct and also oyimfo nyi kire me ebi also ya abofo no nyankopɔ de amma me amede ye adwuma no sa abofo no mo ka nsɛm ne kire me na mesum da tudwa abofo ne ba ana nyame susuko kaka se kire me a na so pese eba public a o ka kire me say maybe o mam message ni o ka kire me say me fanto abontin ni mo mpaye amansa mo mpaye on ka just go to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram dabi no be ka say me publicate and me broadcast ne ni padu don say na omomo mpaye nti kwa me as far as wakasa no kwa bia me fa so bet my broadcast bia no say me fa so it means that then I will use other platform me gidi say me the person go to one more is the same as my broadcasting as an Holy Spirit say me no then the only way is me go to social media. That's one of the ways. If you also oba or cast on the me and I want to go cast on another both the cast on me ya. Oh my God, say I dare nyankopon asma the encounter no or catch was one can't tell one no. Muntin ye with the for. So above for the cast on the me and as you go cast on the me. No on person better about I catch say as some nyankopon was the enfama no or catch was one can't tell one no. It bon pie. Let us also tell me say or catch my so on person man not be catch before for aso then it means that me kwa me bon mpae me mo bia ante and found say for my be ho e fa wi ase nyina ho me kwa be se kukuma bon mpae wo sana tie in my prophetic no me ready obi talk obi what can say obi article. Let me just mention, me ye be boda. Obi bia will follow me prophetic message. Bia will say, me didn't come my prophecy no. Answer na those media houses no are be similar of what I said earlier on. Into your cartoonist. I don't know how if that's how they pronounce. I could be or your cartoons, but or the project what the future will come about. The monks are actually million in India, but it's American guys. To me, a cartoon video, and the cartoon video no better say what to happen in the future. Why you video na saying babontin? Some video no why babontin no. Me my year prophecy no last year or last 2 years. You will show no so about rapture. So be kaya you will show no so. Museum of people will start vanishing. The Nipa 10 to walk rana. Instant almost but if you move baby and the fire. So on May 9, people will start disappearing. And after that, there will be a pandemic. People will start breathing from their nose. Pandemic basically as COVID-19. Then we see breathing and the loop. Me will show you also about rapture. I'm a sure rapture. Obi abe come page said that encore 2021 year. Prophecy I'm showing you now. Obi who sa article sa prophecy do 2021 calendar ni mu. Obi who home. In 2022, there is this cartoon also be the projection with cartoons videos. I will project the same thing I mean projected a year ago. About rapture. So I have never in my prophetic ministry copy somebody to project my craft. All my prophecies in na yeah idea meka answer before coup d'etat Africa. I was the first person in the whole world by the grace of God to project. Say, I see a gender cleaning in Africa. Obi on come project that. I'm going to take it date, no. America says, no, I'm going to take it data. Coup d'etat starts to Africa. I'm going to say, can say coup d'etat starts to Africa. I said I saw a gender cleaning in the whole Africa, and most of head of state were overthrown. Mekasa Seminole in 2018, 2019. Coup d'etat started 2021 year and started ACC. It is a makeup prophecy 1 year or 2 years later. Then commission said them. So I didn't know baby ya tell me biano. Me project it and sana. Me ko show be at the video actually me mejan shenko. There is not a prophecy. Because I don't know if I'm not trying to take an area. I question about the things that I'm going to wish I am because I didn't see area and I will question uncle. There is in commission the idea we work out after that now we cast on later on I didn't see. So you give a message ahead of time before time na be ma event be ban ebesino say event no class. So all the coup that happens, even I remember, even Burkina Faso, I said it on your show, if you can record, about and look at your cast, you can send me every day more, yet because dear bear more, I say, can't you do so? I can't remember anything, and I can't you know after Burkina, no, and Burkina coup d'etat, no, I because better also. Plus another country, I mean, more Omudi, but that country, me and say we share border with the country now, me say more Omudi, no, and now Burkina dynasty, I because to follow up. The country now, me say more Omudi, no, even there has been a lot of attempts at even more public place, and just say it's almost got happened. And also, I saw by Russia. And I didn't go me and something which is going to happen. And I've also said early on that I saw a Russian president be assassinated. I gave it on your platform here. I said it on my page and also said in this platform. Said Moses Putin has been assassinated on a riverside. And now, no. After giving the prophecy, I think it's some weeks or a month now, the intelligence, the security intelligence of Russia has picked some evidence shows that people want to assassinate Putin. So if people can watch, France President Emmanuel Macron went to Russia. Yes. Russia President Putin could not shake hands with him. Even they sit on the high table, a very long table, put it in the other side. And Emmanuel also to the other side. They couldn't meet directly. Almost like almost nobody contact. Almost take why? Because those countries are the secret intelligence, especially picking France part of those attackers are almost normally put a few. So now please be very careful about people who are not in the continent of Asia. So any country which is outside Asia, Putin will not treat that head of state with a friendly welcome. Because those who will do the work or assassinate him are head of state who are not part of Asia continent. It's European, one of the European countries, which is France, went to Putin. Putin decided to give a gap or distance to the army to make sure they will not have a body contact with him, because even if they shake hand with him, what would you know there? Maybe in San Juan, Emmanuel and President Macron, Eddie shaky Putin, it's full of chemicals. So if you shake hand with him, and within some 30 minutes, them chemicals, or put in someone, it will translate into his system. Because there's a hole in the body part. Nipa no, nipa biya will say no, holes that will say every human being. Unless you use maybe some technology, when we start holes, no. So if the chemicals, deadly chemicals, now before the chemicals, only think that plaster is same, which eye contact cannot see. But technological way, no, almost plaster is same before the chemicals not from the same one. Or shake Obi or shake Putin. Putin no needs that technological plastering on his palm now. Because of Putin will shake his hand with France president with empty hand, you know. The chemicals will get into Putin's hand and will pass through the holes in his hand and will get into his system. Within 30 minutes or 1 hour or within 24 hours, the chemicals will damage all his system in his body and he will die. That's a form of assassination. So now Putin has made sure that he will not shake hands with anybody, any head of state who's outside Asia. Because that's what his security intelligence for Apika man say. Those who are after his life are people who are outside Asia. And before then, I've already given a prophecy about that.
So it means that
so I didn't go for a year. So Nippon was planning assassination against Russia President Putin. Nanko process any nipa bi adwene na nanko hu sa nipa na adwene so person assassinate Putin no na nanko be bi yesu kira me say sa nipa we person oku Putin
so okay wa mo din
bra Putin no ni security intelligence epic information so adibia ni wo mo a obadwene adibia ni nipa obadwene a that will affect the whole globally or a country or individual nanko only. Udi mi bi eye papa boni nyankopɔ nim nyankopɔ pɔ be bie so akire obi e wa atire se nipa we onam wo no adwumbɔne woni ti opɛ boni we di na expose no into me prophetic message no I don't do copycat no I get it directly from the Holy Spirit or my guardian my angels who I'm working with. I work with thousands of angels, so when they come the message they have to give to me, they will give to me. The one I have to project to public, I'll project to public. The one they will want me not to project it publicly, I will not project it. Me and Gasa me bon fire.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing I'm best say, we are entering into the arena or the era of rapture.
Okay.
There's no prophecy that I have given on my platform or in your this media platform. Almost 90% of prophecy I make giving in 90% of prophecy I make giving on my platform, Facebook platform or your platform is a bit. Globally, I was the first person I made project to say there's going to be a rapture. Said it will be a short time within the ending of the pandemic of COVID-19. The COVID-19 and the rapture may take it off. Okay. 2 years later or 1 year later, no. This cartoon is so the same thing through cartoon play video. I will say the video now whereby people are driving and said the rapture taking place. The driver and everybody was shouting in the video. The rapture is taking place. The rapture is taking place because on project severe or ye be a funny video. So I confirm it. Me make kind here a year or 2 years ago. So people should prepare for rapture. See, we have to walk. Now, Madame to be yere and unhu ba unhu papa unhu mame. Bashisha na unhu no. Wetia we so unhu ne we so unhu ne let us rapture take place. And this kind of rapture near rapture. And yes the actual Bible. This kind of rapture, the actual Bible, the Bible can be The Bible not kind of a very different from this, the what will happen physically. And yes, yeah, video muno dabi rapture we no your phone vanish. So why you with this thinking of fire like who may be for fire? And yes, sir. Nipa na tu no na me no what page with no ocean on the sky no call that this is not the kind of rapture that you witness. The one the Bible says that people will be raptured and they will be taken up into the sky. And see rapture is able to perform na me almost to no call no page with no ocean no na sky no call. And you know this kind of and yes and be who can Bible say this is not or better for me about to bento on my bar to bento a bank on what to bento a bank as a so besi a phone na be sorry na abeka as the phone no mo me nyankopɔ de nyina no oshumbre no afa omo no mo na miwem enye sa na be se enye na kura enye sa na be si that is besi no e fu bi na o me sorry
pacho mami nta to kakra o hu so o ma san start o mo nyoma no
I'll give you
no not that make up boys no almost say we say enya ho kire na wo de keka sansem say bia say ko de
almost say then
enya ho kire hardship e wo gan nti na wo de keka say rapture be ba nti de bia si said ya ewiase si koi enya ho kire na wo de keka sansem mo say wiase be say no
enya ho kire
what they say it's like out of poverty na wo person de kire say wiase be say say de wiase si ko smoothie. Hello.
Now I want to say I want to rapture baba.
Yeah, we say to be say poverty tebia omo ni ani je wo wiase no omo na je wiase be say the concept on dey say
like omo chiro masa to omo na rapture be for omo
mom na they are craving say rapture them bra nti no wo take African
no enye omo chiro omo and omo bo ampa rapture bra da bi. That's why I'm coming on. I'm explaining so people who are listening to me will get it clear.
Oh, okay.
So this kind of rapture, basically, no.
That
rapture.
Is that what you mean?
I'm coming there. People get to understand.
Okay.
The world total population of this world, we are seeing a population 7.7 billion population people. Nipo, we are seeing 7.7 billion. Okay. Out of this population now, you better in percentage wise, you better say 100%. No, it's only 0.1% of people that will be raptured. Percentage wise, so 7.7 billion people. So percentage wise is 100%, but people that will be raptured will be 0.1% people that will be raptured. So it means that nipa best 100 x or more. Less than nipa 10 they will be raptured. Nipa 20 to 1 more. Less than maybe one person will be raptured or 2 people will be raptured. And the rest, the 19 or 18 will be left. And this kind of rapture, no, let me say, the Bible, the Bible, Yakov Bible, no, Dabi. Euphobia no sorry. Who said nipa etunem wie ube peja with both of funem yomo kosoro. Who said Jesus be abes say wie say na Bible ka say ye Obama mbano anase ajenkwano ananyakopon bano bebe trap nko so gina wie one na bofu kita totorobento bo totorobento omugbo aben na euphobia din ka as so be si eufo nyina be sorry enya no kwenye no be si Jesus be meta wie abofu bie no mbebe gina wie trumpet bie no be sound. There will not be any mystical or any mystery or anything that like the atmosphere will not change. There will not be anything like something about to happen. We will not sense anything, we will not experience anything that will make us think that something is about to happen. How the weather has changed, how the sky is looking, something is about to happen in the world. No. The day that rapture will take place will be a normal day. Say an adua normal atmosphere. A daytime is a normal atmosphere. because this kind of rapture, your friend be caught up and disappearing. But what they call this kind of biblical language, man, you use the same word, rapture. Caught up when they say you have been taken, and once you have been taken, people can see that you have been taken and you are going. That's caught up. I have caught up with you. Macho. Tina macho. Be able to say macho. Me said you me de oko. And you caught up. This is not a kind of kind of rapture based. Into rapture ne ba. You must say above for shishim for and Jesus is shishim for and as zungo shishim for and you mo ko aye ni cho some mo ko dabi. This kind of rapture is disappearing or vanishing rapture. It means that we will not see any angels in the sky. We will not see Jesus Christ. We will not hear any trumpet. We will not see people going up the sky. But rather, the person will disappear with no trace. Nantari biya wuro. Uka really share some videos about the rapture. See, na nipa nantari awuregu ho. Na nipa ne kono on the view no asa white. I send a white on the view. Yenu bi lebes. Antari nipa ne say no. Uni jina ho ana wona te ho ana wona da ho no and oni antani na ba yirabo unhunu untresi unbebi of fire. That's all. But when these people who will be raptured, no, when they go to where they are taking them, they'll be reincarnating of them. And out of these people, no, only 10% of them will be reincarnated back to the earth. And these people, when they come back, they will come and preach about what they saw over there and how we should prepare for the end time. So they will rather come back to preach the end time and how the end time will be. So what the Bible is telling us, or what is written in the Bible about end time, is not what is going to happen. Those people that will be raptured, it will be the people rather who will come and tell us the real events that will take place in end time. So when we said your miracle about end time will be different from what we read in the Bible. That's why I said that the rapture that will take place, is totally different. It will be totally different from what is in the Bible. Jesus be a medina soro. Above the medina soro to be a trumpet be a natural Bible. So the same thing, when these people are gone, 10% of them will be reincarnated to be given birth to them again. And when they come, all of them will be a preacher. They will grow up loving the gospel, preaching about gospel. And by this time, when they come, they will not preach about Jesus Christ. They will not preach about Prophet Muhammad or Buddha or Krishna or whoever. They will not preach about any of them. But they will preach about the supreme being. They will preach about it. And they will come with the name of God. Or maybe reveal the secret name of God. So when this will come, no more boy a DBA people will be worried. People will be worried and surprised. A DM of people almost saying you say that this is our first time hearing this name, that this name is God's name. And they will rather come and tell us the real event, the basic end time. So we find out that whatever we read in the Bible was not authentic. And they were able to convince the world that whatever they are saying is the truth. And those that will be raptured are being marked. Now, without they themselves their knowledge. But they will go. Because God has marked them secretly, and they themselves they are not aware of it. Because God wants to take them there and train them how to come back and preach the way He wants. And for them to come back and prepare humanity for the real end time. So I want to say, school, medical school. Now, Papa no mame, I do want to come work with you or university. And the uncle to school we are not registered, we are the way to get back home. No one there was school who go share medicine. Do share medicine, we are not passing back out. No parents about graduation, no matter the two as a medical doctor. The same thing. So God wants to come for those people and take them there and change them. So after many years they will spend there, they will learn things God wants them to learn. After that, there will be reincarnation of them as graduation. So when they come, then they are come to practice what they learned over there. Because when you want to medical school, after graduation, about practicing medicine, the same thing, almost practicing what God told them over there. So this is how the rapture is all about. Into Obi Missy rapture is to be able to combine to be a witness combination. So I know rapture is to be able to witness rapture, Obi able. That's at the beginning of a mystery, kaka. But it will be able to rapture. So if you miss the rapture, man, what you say we are the boy into one could be Darby. It's not like that. The rapture is not for those who are holy. God is not come for those who are righteous or holy. No. So if somebody go able to have the chance to go for the rapture, or the rapture is able to come for somebody, and you know that person, it doesn't mean that that person who went for the rapture is holier and righteous than you. No. And now, I decided to be frank of Libya could train you on one of the Omaba back. I bet prepare we are seeing for end time. So be correct and get into a righteous. Dabi. What one could be asked, man, what you say, we are the boy, we are the boy. If you call your training, we are righteous and holy than some of them who went for the rapture. But because that's why you are holy and righteous, because you are maybe God decided not to pick you, it doesn't mean you are not holy. You are holy, but God decided to choose whoever he wants to choose. Saul was evil man, but God still chose him, and later he became Paul. So when God chose somebody, it doesn't mean that person is righteous. That's why God picked him. Somebody can be an evil person, but yet God will choose that person to become somebody, so that in the near future that person will give glory to God that he was once a bad person, evil person, now he's a good person. And so what about man worry. The same thing the COVID-19, I projected COVID-19. That's an answer to show here, but I was projected on my page, and so said there will be a daily virus, but I'm COVID-19. Me tell say a basic China, me on my China did so. And me tell you after a China, a bit taking the baby life. For a meanwhile, it will spread across the whole world, and people will lose their life and property. And within a year and a half, COVID-19 is here. So the same thing I'm going to COVID-19, the same thing I'm going to this kind of rapture and so actually. But people should bear in mind that this rapture that's coming is coming with the pandemic. So this rapture will be declared as pandemic because it will not happen only in Ghana, Nigeria, no, or Africa. It will happen in the whole world. America for Europe for Africa, Asia for people who will start telling the world that they are missing, their family members are missing. They can't find some of their family members everywhere. International media, local media houses will broadcast it or may announce it that this was going on in the world. It will become a global noise, a global missing without a trace, and everybody will come to a realization that no, it's a rapture that has taken place. But after this rapture, within that period, that's when this is another virus will happen, will hit the world. So the rapture is coming with a pandemic. People who will be infected with the virus will breathe from their nose and their mouth. And this pandemic, no, and as a virus, no, a bit breaking Asia side. And from where I'm baby, no, said almost for Thailand for someone. On more side, and the virus may break it. COVID-19, me trust a bit China. China's on a few buy virus in a bano, a bit Thailand, among close from where I'm baby, no, on one night, virus in the fear back. And starting with people will start breathing over there. The international WHO will try their best to solve it, but I bet you I feel they better affect the whole world, and that's what's going to happen. People should plan and pray. Mm-hmm.
What you are saying, Claire said we need COVID-19
Yeah, COVID-19, or maybe latest by beginning of May. About pandemic you. So WHO COVID-19 is under control and it's no more scary. It's no more a deadly virus, and it's no more a pandemic again. So it will bring ease to people, and people will now, the restriction will no longer be there. There's a month, the ways the way no and you will be this time I won't know. Yes, and the rapture this another virus that hit it. So this rapture and virus, and just within this year to next year around this period.
Oh, okay. It's like
it's not a year, 10 years to come or 5 years to come. No, it's just a year or 2 years to come. From a year or 2 years to come.
And now what else? Now, if you go into specifics, some of the prophecies be SC. And the prophet, so far, these are the two award in my year, right? You become on.
So far, and I mean, if I can wait to previous one now, so I mean, North Korea, leader no.
I came okay the other day.
Yeah, okay. Me say only hope you. So I saw a new leader for North Korea, so that was an idea now.
Okay, let's do this. Now, young go into specifics, kakra. Young call into our prophecies now. We are on the 12th December. If you about 19th, now for about 2nd January. Okay. So 12 of the year, who focus kakra on African continent about how cool in your man. Cool no on west side no. I know say Chad and Somalia omo there, but they focus on the west. West no you Mali. Gota STG was a CD. You call Guinea, which is regular Guinea. Guinea, Alpha Conde is gone, Damboya is in. Now there was attempted coup. Guinea Bissau. First time no, I'm failure. Second time some science or almost fail. One would say, fine, professional made my state said there's gonna be a coup, and this is an aborted one. Yeah, move into specifics on like move say BBC, but move to me say the panel best city and so on city. Two, this uncle for okay, uncle for mobile who's annual way farm as a prophet and Yamini Pamoye Jumano. We decided someone reach out to them, and now Mujis a coup is ordained to happen. I dare say, it's a more commercial neighbor. I didn't.
Kuna is to Africa. Now, go you could tell me both the failed one and the succeeded, the one that will succeed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and for the best of my knowledge and the people catch them, Guinea Bissau on MesoCD.
All right. Currently, so no my failure.
Almost failure, but MesoCD.
Also means it's gonna be another one, yes sir.
They will come again. Those protests will come again, and they will succeed.
Oh, okay.
Yes. In every coup, you want to do. We have 3 stages of coup. The first attempt, the second attempt, and the third attempt. The first and second attempt, you fail the coup deliberately. You yourself, the leader of the coup plotter, and the members of the coup, you decide to do a coup by failing it. We decide, we said that somebody fail the coup. That to send a signal. Meaning that when they start the coup, they have planned that we are going to do the coup, but we will fail the coup. We will make sure that the coup will not succeed. So we'll give just a gunshot around. That's all. But we will not hold the president into hostage or something like that. That's a fake coup. The reason why we are going to do that is that we are going to send a signal to the government that he should dissolve the government and the state institution and the constitution. So whenever you are president or a government or a leader of a government and there's an attempt coup fail or attempt coup, the first thing that must come into your mind is that those coup protests are sending you a message. The message they are sending to you is that we want you to dissolve the government, the state institution, and the constitution, and let us sit down with all the stakeholders of the country to see how best we can move on, we can move forward with this country, how best we can develop this country, how best we can treat this country very well, and make it to a very good place for the people to live in. So this is the kind of message they send. But they will not send it by words or verbally. They will send it through a gunshot. Okay. So whenever they go to be a gunshot as a message to the president, they must be maybe 50, not more than 50 meters away from the presidency. So the presidency, the presidential palace may be there. But where the gunshot will take place should not be more than 50 meters away from the presidency. So when he shot the message, when he shot the gun, the government will call the security experts to come and measure the distance where to shoot the gun. So they will measure from the presidency palace to where you stood and shot the gun. When they get to 50 meters away, figure, it means that you were telling the president a message or you are giving message to the president. When they get more than 50 meters away from the presidency, when they come and measure and they get more than 50, it means that the gun shot was not a message to the president. So people should listen carefully. The 50 meters away from the presidency is a message to the president. More than 50% is not a message to the president. So whenever a government or a president hear any gunshots 50 meters away from the presidency, that president must immediately respond to the gunshot by dissolving his government, the constitution of the country, and the state institutions of the country. After doing that, you assemble all the stakeholders of the country, the traditional leaders, the diplomats, those who matter in the country, the opinion leaders. You sit down with them, with all the politicians, the opposition party leaders. You sit down with them. You draft a new constitution. You strengthen or you draft a new constitution to see how best you can change the narrative for the past years the country has been using to move forward. You change it to see how best or the new narrative that you people can use to move the country forward. So when they send you the message with the gunshot, and maybe 7 days later, the military people behind the gunshot did not see any meeting or did not hear that the government has been dissolved, then they will come again 14 days later to give another gunshot. That's when we call it the second failed coup attempt. When they try and give the second gunshot, they are still waiting for the president that we gave you the first gunshot, we did not get response. We have given you the second gunshot, dissolve the government now, dissolve the constitution now, dissolve all the state institutions now, and let us dialogue and know how best we can take this country forward. Second one, which they will be waiting for another 7 days, is after 7 days, they don't hear anything from the government, then the third one, they will not stand 50 meters away from the presidency but rather they will stand 1 meter away from the president. And they will give a gunshot. The first gunshot must be the security guard in front of the presidential gate. He must be gunned down. So you can take all the coup d'etat that has happened across the world. The security man in front of the presidential palace is always being gunned down. It means that it has a message. There's a code. It's a code. That the meaning of that code means that we have killed this security man. Anybody that will try to resist us, we will take that person's life. Anyone that will stop us to dissolve this government, anybody that will try to resist us from dissolving this constitution of this country, we will take the person's life. So the gate stand for the country, and the security man he will be gunned down stand for individual or a group of people that will try to oppose the coup. So when the third coup happens, the first thing they will do that, they will give a gunshot 1 meter away from the presidency palace. Then they will move straight to the military man who is standing at the front gate of the presidential palace, and they will shoot him dead instantly.
All right.
When they shoot him, that will give a signal that anybody else that will come to resist will be gunned down. Then they will take over. So after they take down, the next step is to hostage the president. But here in Africa, our head of state get all this signal, but yet, that's why all this coup d'etat has been successful. Because Burkina, any experience, first, experience, second, experience. No, I tell my third ministry, we are not going to go meeting. But the first one is see, who dissolve the government now, any constitution now. So you see, be a president, you just sit down with them to draft a new one.
All right, let's do this.
They will still allow you to do in the next constitution. No?
Let's do this. Prophet turns political analyst. Now, Prophet Oga, government or political science background, Kakra?
But I.
Okay, then that's why. And your spiritual work in your whole studies now. Okay. Oh no, because it was so chronological, like I said, because so related with Guinea and now it's the second time I'm gonna try normal fairly. It is you want it from what you're saying. If you should go by your authority or your research or your opinion, it's clearly say it was on purpose into normal fairly. So it means the third time they're gonna succeed.
Yeah, on purpose on my fairly. Yes, and it's a message given to the president. Yes,
I see. Because what's his name? Leader now. Mbalo. Him say be issue statement. Ye cool. Now he was so convinced. Him say now he was even away. Or some meeting be. He was very convinced. Or by and say I ran up those soldiers near yes idea. But prior to that, it's now my try a failure, which is Guinea-Bissau is the second time. Now you free Africa. Now you go Putin and Nafi, 1 or 2 not and then see a good time. Now we are still on the West African sub-region. I didn't know, sir, because it has become a concern. I know some most African leaders are ignoring this with the mindset or the perception say, see so in the BC and I'm a it was a background member some become one MP unless a sea and son or ma ECOWAS countries. No, it means some of the military people are calling for drastic change on the West African sub-region. Now, I didn't think that a sentencing on the West Africans, i.e., the French-speaking country, the Francophone. I didn't. And then we a question where war, where political discussion. So I didn't think that focusing on French phone and I mean, people are so like very brave. Nah, is that what you're also looking at? It? Yes.
Yeah, no, the woman said initially, it's not about the French-speaking country, it's not administrative framework. Right? A drafted coup d'etat, meaning that a coup that has been planned and arranged.
I see.
And every country has its own specific date that coup will happen.
Oh, I see.
So you throw country need and you throw data coup ni besi. How many got your first coup on first coup date, no metro second coup date, third coup date. It's the date on my first one on metro, second one on metro, third on metro. So they know that this month or this date, you better coup first one. Second date, you better second coup. Third coup, you better date two, you better third coup. So almost starting with the African, the French-speaking country, almost we are because almost are ranged from the French countries. So the English-speaking countries, last one, I want the second badge. So after they are done with the French countries, then they will move to the next page, which contains the names of the English-speaking countries. And it's all about a money which is missing.
I see.
And the money that is missing, that money was taken away by this head of state. They have been experienced coup d'etat. I said it to your passport. There's this Russian billionaire. He's an investor. He works with China and Russia government. It does investment with this, a lot of countries around the globe. And when you are president or a political figure, you cannot do public business. Why? Because there will be a conflict of interest, and it can destroy your political career. So most of the time, those politicians, businessman. So if I am a politician and I have money, I will give my money to a businessman to invest for me. When he invests it for me, then I will give him something. Okay. So this businessman, a billionaire, I think China and Russia, some of the top politicians, not in investment in Africa. Mm-hmm. And this is what happened. He moved to some of the countries in Africa to survey the country and see which business or year or mining more or benisika. And so the estimate of how much it will cost. So once the car back consult by some investment to come to more. Now we connected to the bank or no more. Then the bank now send it to Kano. If you bank, central bank, I'm not on mine or the business woman, so I'm the central bank. So assuming or maybe country A or sending security country A central bank, aqua country B central bank, where on my B or investment. This guy was able to send more money, to maybe more than 80% of African countries. Or the call central banks or when the representatives of those countries, And so, Senis Ghana now are phone the representatives say, my Senis say, about mining, Munis cannot number investment. Why? Because he has already secured the license to operate. So, what he needs to do that maybe his representative, present license, and other net documents into the central bank. And the central bank will cash the money to the investors or the country representative. No more than investment projects in no country anymore. This guy did all the money, sent the money. The money is more than $10 billion. He sent to Africa, to different countries. So more than $10 billion is sent. He split the money into different countries. He found out later on that the money, $10 billion is sent to Africa, to different countries. The money is missing in all those central banks in those countries. Because Osenis Sikana, his bank and confirm it as a Sikana co. Sikana is sending a producer on mining almost central bank. No more first central bank, maybe say, ya Senis Sikabi say, I will nip away dimu aba. No more confirm it as Sikana ba. Or confirming in answers can you do with their central bank. After time, this is a representative almost those central banks. The governors over there would tell the representatives to escape in the system anymore. Then this guy sent Russian mafias and China mafias to come to those African countries and investigate where the man is. And he found out that all those men that arrived in those countries, were cast out by the president of those countries.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And some of the West African leaders in the by no money.
But 80% of them, no more say Jumano.
Want to develop a country. Obi Beyenso Mamosa, not this all I'm modern echo.
Yeah.
I see.
So the investigation report showed to the guy, mafia, the Russian billionaire, that your money has been cast out by all these countries on head of state. So we are my bimu. Now we say president Jimmy, I enjoy those serious lifestyle. We say we be speaking of Afro. Because the kind of lifestyle some of head of state enjoy, taxpayers' money cannot give them those kind of lifestyle. And this guy reported to what those people who money are involved, those politicians who money are involved. He reported to China government, the politicians who money are involved. He reported to them with evidence that your money, I send your money to those African countries to invest for you, to invest your money for you. These people have cut your money, and they are telling us that the money is missing in your system. And the investigation shows that they have rather cut the money out. But authorization of this president and the governor of this central bank. So it means that this president does that with the governor of this central bank. How many central bank governors in a year side money boom? Then Russia decided that in Africa, the two countries that control Africa, England or Britain and France.
The British, and yeah, right.
Yeah, England or Britain, they control English-speaking African countries. And France to control African countries, French-speaking African countries.
The Francophones, yeah.
Yes. So the best way we can go after these guys who have stolen our money is to get rid of France and UK or United Kingdom from this continent. And these people will protect those African countries and their head of state from us getting our money back. In Tubasha, all the French-speaking countries in the Kunesin now, Kunesin here, the Kuprotano, Lidano, everybody may shoot statements there. We want the French ambassador out of our country within 72 hours. French-speaking countries no longer our official language. We have banned the French-speaking language as an official language.
I didn't hear.
Very good. I'm coming there. Because Russia, government and China, politicians whose money are involved, came to Africa with fires to come and go to those countries who are those Israel has happened, to find military men who are brave enough, who are determined and ready to defend their country on one condition. And the condition is that you are 10 people, military men in this country, A. Your president has stolen our money, and we have option for you. The option is that you overthrow your president and you hand him over to us, or we invade your country with war. So when this fire came, they finally 10 military men, sponsor them, take them off secretly to Russia or China, and they will meet these diplomat politicians over there, and they will sit down with them, and they will give them evidence that you see president na Africano. If you person move overthrow president, move overthrow, we are most funny to hostage the further notice. yes, we invade the whole country and destroy everybody in the country with our military men. We will come there with our fighter jets and destroy the whole country. And you know, the military are there to protect and defend the integrity of their country. So there's no way they will defend one person who is the president for the whole country to be invaded. Rather, they will send the president out to save the whole country. So the best thing is that we will overthrow this one person who has stolen somebody's money, so that the Russia and China will spare the whole country. Then that will protect the president to continue to be in power. And one day we will wake up that China or France, Russia has invaded the country. And these military men are being convinced with the evidence that indeed our president has stole your money. So give us time, maybe 1 month, 2 months. Let's go and prepare the ground for a coup. And these countries will promise them with all the necessary resources they will need for successful coup. So when they come, they will do first one, they will do second one, and the third one they will succeed. So when they overthrow you, take you to any African country, so as exile, going for exile in any African country, they will provide you shelter, everything, but you'll be under house arrest. So China or Russia will tell them that now we need that president, bring him here, bring him here. They will fly you to China or Russia. When you get there, they will ask you one thing: where's our money?
Really?
It's either you give us our money or you no go alive. And you cannot deny it because they have the evidence. You cannot deny it. So when they did the coup, the Russia would tell the military men, make sure you draft a new constitution, you do the proper work, then you conduct a new election to elect a new leader, then your country will move back to constitutional rule. What we need is only the president. You have done that for us. You have got the president. Now move back to constitutional rule. So now Russia and China is able to get rid of France from French-speaking African countries now. And now, Mali is here, Burkina and other French-speaking countries in Africa now. Oma Bambi, French-speaking country and French-speaking language. And even their diplomats over there are being given 72 hours to leave the country. Why? Because France was aware that this same criminal acts were being done by some of our African countries present. But yet, the France government was still protecting this president. Nipani young for AD for the investors. Yet, France was protecting these people. This president said, "I to two the France protecting them. England was protecting them." So Russia and China knew that, find out that if they don't get rid of France and UK or England from Africa, they will never succeed of what they want. How to get their money.
But I don't know, so almost counter idea.
What's it?
That's why it's almost counter. Say French and the British and still saying yeah upper hand on their people. That's almost counter China and Russia for plans.
You can't counter because the China and Russia provided the reason why they are behind this coup.
Oh, okay.
With the evidence that the people that you people are serving and protecting, they are criminals. They stole investors' money.
All right, Prophet, let's do this. Mpacho, I know say and one my rapture virus expected. Yeah, a reflection of 3 weeks prophecies be starting. And I want to focus much on the reason to coup d'etat ACC or Africa. And to me, so the little you can see on the coup, young Koso now, you free honum. Now, who will be before be the world should anticipate, and now say African should anticipate my young. Now, if you questions, Kakrabina, you conclude because we have just 13 minutes. Bye.
Okay. So now, if they are down with the French-speaking African countries, they will move to the English-speaking countries.
Oh, okay.
The France and Britain or United Kingdom are surrender. They have given way for Russia and China to do whatever they want to do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because in the beginning, not France and UK, only knew the reason why behind the coup. But later on, when this China and Russia presented the evidence, then they gave the way out. Now, every diplomat in African speaking, first speaking countries, they are a deadline to leave. Also, their language has been banned. That you people don't deserve for us to use your language because you are protecting criminals to be our head of state. That's it.
All right, so Prophet Oka, let's do this. Now, so other African countries now, and I said West African countries are okay. What me I reach out to you, say the Babisina, Omondom, and then you must say, you people, you have small myself, get myself involved. It's okay. What I'm saying is saying to the countries now, where West Asanyoma way is pending to it's likely to happen there. No? As a prophet, I will connection with some of these countries. Let me reach out to some of them. I did
Nipa, I didn't hear what they're in Kofa. Nipa, I didn't hear what they're in Kofa. Me,
then all you had to say.
Me, one pama criminal.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you that there's got to be a coup in your country. So whatever that you yourself you know you have done wrong, that will trigger the coup. Make sure you recorrect it. Mistake there why you be would you say at the coup be biano in tempana correct it in tentem na. Says kind of why you what did you can only need them for the attack. Now send the panel scanning the boss say, oh my 1 year, we tell the come that and the back. Never can go central bank. No one transfer can back to the owner. So if you take the money to the central bank can forward the money back to where the money was sent from. You have the peace of mind. About now, Russia and China will cancel your name. That you have given their money back to them, so they don't own you anything. They will not overthrow you. But most of the head of state, when this kind of
how?
If you come some common yes can out. The only thing left for them is to be overthrown. And Thomas, you almost told me to see you now, your mom with you almost can have you. If you should with your money, if you did say, some of the head of state did say, if you did say, that's what someone yes, you can cry, you know. Or more military men do a home one. They are loyal to them,
yes.
So they will not sell them out. So when it happened, those military men will defend them. They are criminals, and nobody will overthrow them. Any group of people, or any group of military men that will try to overthrow him, he also has military group in the same army who come in to defend or oppose the coup. Judas, none of that funny Jesus. And so, meaning that Judas is yes to mine. Loyalty have an expiring date. Loyalty has a expiring date.
Nah, I mean, Nigeria for count. Nigeria for also count. Because Buhari deems on your materialistical.
Oh, my brother.
Oh, yeah, I'm just curious.
Who's sharing your head of state now in Africa now? I want better dressing. It's who want to dress you.
But they like acquisition of properties, eh?
But no, maybe 10 months to be or feel with Dubai, Europe, America, what just a few different continents, different countries. Well, for the money, none cancer like was creating generational wealth.
Yes.
Or this kind of creating generational wealth at work. And so new one the money none of them this generational wealth. No, I document it, I'm my Japadina. And so new one on the lawyer by kind of will. The lawyer better say, some man pay you what is no fear, no man or fear. Can we So it's not about the personality or the dressing of the president. That's so that this president can do that or not. Sometimes they take the money, they create assets secretly, And in this round, it was you go move from within to so on will be different for dinner to so. Almost here, Punyana Swa, not from Papa John Madia. Now, common says, I Bilonia investor or you connected with Russia government and China government. I don't think say on my first come. No money say or connected.
Okay.
Yes. No money is coming so some big mafia politicians speak a wounded. Come on, try in the first place. I'm going to say ordinarily billionaire be only the only speaker by your investment.
That's how we cry and call the boy Africans. But if you look at it,
now one will be near the Babo the Trinidad.
because moon to me, and so being so by Yama Monswa, is that the way to go?
My brother, one will be near the Babo the Trinidad.
Anyway, Prophet Walker, Indonesia, I couldn't one day Mumbai born into Mrs. San. It's only advice in the meeting as a son.
But what you are because who can't you be so my guy to me, near two hours back to me.
Now, I'm a Musa in your day.
I'm making your
I know, no, say I say, the mere fact that it be a banner does not mean that we project on.
Let me say, so we see now. And I will find this kind of back, your name will be cancelled. But what should I say when you see what is can now? No, to me, then you wait for your coup.
I see.
There is military personnel who are loyal to them, and no matter what, they will post any threat from a coup.
Okay, perfect. I can't just know, 5 minutes to 4
p.m. You have to know that loyalty have expiring date.
Yeah, you may mention that. Yes, that's true. So let's do this. Now, the main concern on the global world or on the international stage is Russia. Yeah, Europeans, you can see, especially NATO Force Secretary, Jens Stoltenberg, the guy is so stressed. Me, who be that? There's so much pressure even on the American. Me say, concern a be person. Those that are into business, those that have family members in Ukraine, advise when I do more. What are the intent of Russia? Political analysts in Bibri, they don't know what is happening. So, as a spiritualist, what do you think? Putin obey invade Ukraine and I say, oh, you bluff or be returned back because Americans is so almost officials, almost staff say war embassy no, almost free refugee. They are warning U.S. citizens not to travel there because obedient to me reading the mindset. Yeah, they all
And the woman said, "Be a foreign our Ukraine won't feel home."
Oh, okay.
Though ain't yet giddy. People are expecting a bear boko, but there will be casualty a little bit, but ain't high. I said, I was Iran is Israel. And I said, Israel and Gaza, so then they bought no send them to bomb. But there will be a little casualty side, no? And then we idea, I remember make a send it to Bebre, Mungo fighting Russia, but more home foreigners to move you or more because economically, it will destroy the Ukraine business network,
and there are a lot of people, investors in the brave. They don't want to travel there because someone who they put in opposite. So,
those who are working there, if you work there, you're not going to make profit. You are going to make loss. So you are going to make a loss over there. So the best thing is that if you have your money, you leave, go somewhere else. Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, and that whole no. Now. Young call into the African continent. So you see, the Ghana the assumption, or you see, the Ghana the embargo that prophecies into the Ghana crowd the informer some to baby. You to be kind of for some for now. On African continent.
Me Manchester United. Me international club.
Tell you any prophet. I drew the last segment, Hannah, your friend of the eye of the seer. The higher na my and your my babysisi, nay, I can be na MZE. And the prophet globally, no, see, we would saw the question a year to 2 years, rapture and the virus. And the amount rapture never form into most of the year.
We should be not by chance, we have to be with no to stand for no mark in India. There is that person will go, but you can't tell the person.
Anyway, Prophet Walker, now for the baby, any message for the world? So need you now. Yeah, wrap it up on your page now, Yanko. Why?
So far, no. For now, there be new, but you can maybe your mama authority men can about thing. So for now, there that's all.
Oh, okay. Then you say, I mean, some of the questions now a buyer, no. Na onum ya na bebre so no say e gana for na itie program ya na bebre na kwa akoye omo we dem say little personal now page yes what the akobi akwakoto I say parrot na parrot right as a colorful one be na yenu so say ye ba mo adwuma we ma nipa gana for ni bi e ka say or parrot ni fie pa no ne spirit na gina boas den no prophet osumempa and no sheikh sumani Islamic clergy now no so numerologist no on ne ma Ghana for bebre hu so ku prophet osumempa fia ya no parrot o ndi won so do we beto ho na omomutie program we test me say membusa ho asem na de ba de asa wo kala de pa
me the parrot me the eagle and me the pyramid na so.
What does that mean? Na pyramid there, ya na etia him say okoto, and I mean, person be back into credibility. Once again, for ya you who pyramid this sign your man, almost yes, I sign being the Freemason sign in your man. But me person be into credibility because when you can't want to be proof, you have to do. What does that mean? It's our parrot. Sure, that's nice.
Okay. Parrot now made it to one drama divine. Okay. A divine idea want to idea want to idea clean. Parrot upa bo dinu huni. They be an entire sen or a fair a parrot. It's not parrot abuano. Who know a colorful. Who for fair who ni fi. They say Mr. Signal say Aduma Yakubo da mama Aduma and what so if Phoebe no a divine.
I see.
The eagle no a jama my spiritual ability. Eagle abua wherever he one will be an who afar and who afar so obet me at the crowd from afar and you go for it. Let's just say as a prophet, a cut across the whole global world. Or maybe you know what I think was Yanko person to be a now, and Nina Yanko Damam, a do on my dear army person who the cost of my dear moi. Mina catcher, my both from Nomia Duma and now go person who the cost on my be same moi, on many of the on my catcher, on my name start the front. So the eye of eagle. In near or Korea kita or adequate that kind of in the spiritual angle no and then Yankupo Diamami. The pyramid no to John Mama the great foundation of Botanya Menesis Sua utu with time to me stop Aduma Yankupo Diamami. But pyramid near pyramid I independent see yet. Pyramid independent yet. Because you say above the sea, because you say aliens to see it, a big say Rahanis to see it, because you say Jimmy see it, only we see pyramid. No, if you go to say Nakupa body, next what that. It means that the person who is standing signal said the foundation I am standing on, nobody can destroy it. It's because it's God Himself who built it, and nobody can trace my sources. And say this is my sources, so it's going to destroy my sources. No. Because when you try to find my sources, it's not possible. You cannot find God in Yakopo Tiha. Yakopo Jinati because Shano, Mikohunu, Mikoyana two, Dabi. You need to be Yakopo, you didn't say Yakopo be or heaven. The heaven, no crap, if I put in Yakopo, the same thing in Yakopo am a foundation, so you cannot trace my sources. If you want to trace my sources, you are trying to search where God sits, and you can never find it to destroy it in the first place. So nobody, as far as God is my sources, and nobody can take what God has given to me. He has given to me, and He has sealed it and blessed it. That's all.
Prophet.
That's the meaning.
I mean, yeah, me busanyo must say, yeah. I mean, it could be good, it could be bad. Sometimes I want butre. Okay, we'll be busa a question from Yimano Dosua. I say, Prophet Walker, how can one boost business in this 2022? Some topic him see I that we a question I will boost what the meaning so we are contact. Say kwan best no bit for boosting the business for this year 2022. On
WhatsApp me.
All right, you man, so you can do that. Let's do this. Yeah, we say me per se you free on one time. I mean the next time in between the SRD. Pacho young call we have to do that because say me as a person is frail. When we say we say so be a start of trouble not sometimes or responding to nipa na. You focusing on that individual now I say some people deliberately try to provoke others just to see the worst part of them, the beast of nipa bia when the beast. I didn't be that war. I did only not in Persia become, but I said, yes, I'm protecting you here. I said, good ones in one as a maker. Now I say, the Dahonami, you know, wow, share. It's about 57 people. And everybody show likes, and there were 21 comments. Now we'll refer issue to a man of God. I mean, in person. What I can say on this, I'm not about discussing into detail, but what I can say is, Prophet Walker, and no say for the credibility of you and the credibility of your listeners, we go near platform, a year free. Because young guys, if you claim so knowledgeable Bible, now some people say, may you forgive 77 times 7. You first issue in Fanto. Meaning just sometimes nipa provoking nipa, but now they find another channel for addresses out there. I said never announce about February 1st. Never teach a black man how to fish, but instead give a black a fish. If you teach a black man how to fish, you will be doomed before you know it. When they comes to you, give them, but don't tell and teach them how to get it. But if you do now, they ma or listeners or viewers, and your followers and so on to track your platform.
Okay. Then I may be catch it for you. I said for us. Now, people should have what? Who call him? Why I put first shirawo? Mama be who that? Why I put first shirawo? Why I put first shirawo? The main secret between you and your God. Nobody, no black man should know. Why I put first shirawo?
Oh, okay.
Money pada se ni hu kwan akọ fa so hira wo a obey you sa de krono etia wo dako and obey sa de krono there to be men tre bibini se na yenye sike pesika aneye bibi aneye dapade se wo tre bibini kwan ye fa so ye dapade aneye bo bra no otena bi odi de wo kan no so no ko bo bra na sine ye ya na ni ti buano no ko di ye kwase wo na wo kire ne se ne ye bobra di ye na obeje bibia ka kire nkofo se wo krampo no wa mobra ye kwasampeni wa obua no minima obi a obua obi mo benye sika nipa na nso wo sika dada na contract na nipa ni nyaaye na obenye sika ena na dafu no kwa nchese mini achia me kwa mesu menye sika so contract na minya ya me denye sika so okay enye connect me na mesu menye contract ni bi e akwa no the first contract onu nya na dafu ni nya ne ye 10 million na dafu na onu kwa nchese o mo so nye sika no o connect ni ma contractors no ma no contract o ma ko ma onu 50 million contract na je se de onu bu obi mo onu so nye sika no onu mo ma ko nye sika sen bi onu tere na eduma no afi akwa ni nya 50 million wie ya on an uncatching go for say, was champagne on one mobra. Oh, Sika. On just go on just come. Maybe Sika more 10 million, only Sika 10 million million. Ghana City. What
as a spiritualist, who they will advise me say, Nisa Obichiro Bikoya and Yagopo Fazo Shirano. That's what I
share. Sir. Ochira wadanfo bema eduane o yiri ya ma wudi wo fie sa wadanfo no bekache no so ne yiri se ne yiri sa aduane bi ma no ndi ne yiri ye aduane ma ni di wie a ne yiri ye aduane bi ma aduane ma ni wie a obebe pro se brefie ne ndi mi kana wo so yira ye aduane ma odi awie o uko ni fear or mama ni ira semi the same aduane na wo yire yema wo fie no be semi the same aduane ama mo mu di nyina no aka cho se dunia unjiri se mi ire aduane o ye eye de se wo yire aduane o yema wo fie no bibini
All right.
when now adinte won na wo ka tire ne se wo yiri eye mo ma wo so so ma ne ira ye aduane e mo ni bi ama no yiri ye mo ne mi ye ma no abeto sa fese de no mo ni di uko ye mu di bi na aka cho se unjiri se yire mo na on ama mu di no eye de se wo de na wo di ofie wo yire yema wo di ofie no nti nyame ambe mu a ubeji di oka na di ma wo fie waka che o yire se o yire ko ni meduane nwea on be ko hwe na wadamfo na yire ne de no ede bibini ye ntre bibini nyansa wo tre bibini nyansa me ni bia obeso ko sampanyi.
All right, Prophet Oga, let's do this. What am I running through this issue now? Prophet, that's what about do. I say the physical part of you know overshadow Nyameson.
Mini bibini. Ma me fa me aka say example ntira.
Prophet, that's a beko two personal. What is
metira branch di aduma. Sunsun aduma.
No names.
Ya kwa ba fa so nya obetwe isu nya akopọ abofo abu ankofo sunsun fam. Metira branch na aduma ni wie ma ntemi nyina o metemi kakra bi. Kaka na me metene wie no dey so or dey test me mu. Or dey try me. Me metene no nya sa power no. Me metene kwa obefa so nya akopọ tumi. Abofo no ma ye aduma obi ba ne nten ni pa no nya protection. Spiritual marriage problem. When you do my 7 and you're above now, when if I'm a nipa nyoma cost man. When you saw ability to be here, no, it's our ability but try me. I was soon. I just remember being Bini.
Let's do this.
And yes, and me yet dear. Neck at the mimic 10 or the email. Bini. Uma Bini net. So I'm for fitting or qua offer net name, but better than net naira. Or what net or better than net like you now. No, I found the number between my who the net now.
All right, Prophet, let's do this right because of time. It's 10 past 4, which is almost 9:10 in Ghana. This I'll say the word. Okay, let's do this. If we don't rise up and save our country, continent, and the world from those who are destroying it, heaven will not welcome us after we exit from this world. Because of our silence, that made us to allow destroyers to continue to destroy our country, continent, even the world. I know Senator will make a general statement. I say heaven will believe that if it welcomes us to it, the land, we will continue our silence attitude over there. Okay, we now counter as our statement. So now if to which people Nana will refer to, because you made mention us and you also talked about us, our country, and us, our continent. And what kind of defense Nana are we talking about?
I was talking in the political point of view.
All right. I said the world is about to go through a new phase, which will require more military personnel, more medical doctors, and more monetary funds. In this case, stock exchange will globally stop working. That says the Lord. Prophecy by Prophet Cosmos Walker Afran. We did not catch up. Baby, I remember much interest. I was stock exchange, so be now invest. Yeah, I know say some of them for a year and I predict this is a year. It's a very good year for Momu trading in gold, and it's a very good year for crypto. Means traditional stocks, it won't do, but crypto then I say for the bear war. That's why I didn't think I was. I don't know. So if you believe in that, I didn't think I would say we in a global stock market and a bar stop it.
Was my specific date when this event will happen.
Okay.
But the best between Ukraine, Russia, and America. No? One funny thing is that but I didn't back. When they start this, the thing they are doing, whether fight or war, Russians will not use more than 10% of their military personnel. America will do the same. Ukraine will do the same. They will come and they will come for African military men to go and fight for them in exchange with money. So when they come to Africa country, they will give money to the government of the country, maybe $1 billion, to support the economy of the country, in exchange of the military men of the country to come on their side to fight their enemies. The Russia about my $1 billion. Almost as you can now. Ask the for 2,000 military men. Some go Russia. Some different countries the same. Some also the same. And at the end of the day, almost 500,000 military personnel from Africa. Almost America made the same thing. So America, Russia, and Ukraine will recruit African military people to go and fight for them, and their white military men will be sitting home. After the Second World War, the Africans were used for the war. The African military men were used for the war, and the whites were there, sitting there. That's why we got the word Commonwealth. The Commonwealth means that the Queen decided to use African military men to fight and fight for and defend and protect the integrity of United Kingdom. While the white British military men were there, were sitting there. Or they can claim like no, we saw Africans, no, or military men call Second World War. The same thing the best Russia and Ukraine and America. They would never use their men. They will use only less than 10% or maybe 10% of them. Then can we could almost Africa. Ako. Joe Mokwa. Mama mine sika. O man should be a pesca. You pay for pesca. So make this canoe. No man said 2,000 men for peacekeeping. In the name of peacekeeping. I'm a Russia. I'm going to America. Okwa Mbabi. And that's what is going to happen.
All right.
And it will generate a lot of problems whereby, that's why I said a lot of military men will be required. So, now, every country be our America to military men, the security of that country will go down because security personnel is exhausted. They be caught. The medical practitioners become so that when some of the military men and they're injured, when they are being injured, these medical practitioners will treat them. Doctors, nurses, so they need to be proud. So they will recruit also doctors and nurses from the country together with the military and give the country money. At the end of the day, who destroy your security of your country because of money?
Okay, let's see.
Your economy will crash.
This year ain't good for stock market.
Good but good crypto pen Begina. Upon on that, no other financial password in Nigeria. Which is me and probably me one of the best I'd say be a papa. Crypto me papa.
All right, Prophet. I mean, and we've done very well. I'm saying, moving forward now, you're clear past prophecies, what is ahead of us as people. So, a short message for the world now. Conclude
the short message I'm going to be asking I don't support school. It's not something that I support. I will never support coup d'etat. So when your mom pie and say, or might be a coup as to be no, now go probably protect your mind. Now, minor, I return them back to their constitutional rule. Or minor coup swing, your mom pie said, make coup. They are taught to my beer or mining. Now go to say, and brown. So be a bomb, permanent mind. The adult reacting in any a year, rapture, and another pandemic. And coupon, and who we are seeing a mobile on boy, we are seeing now. Now, the associate reacting, and maybe after so. Now, coupon so, Ubompire, Obiamon, Russia, and Ukraine, America. Now, and so, as soon as now, international world market, and give it positive sign. Now, investors, business, music question now.
musika anyira ma omenye musika no munya mfaso esiso ya minimum wi ase nyina no obi aso bompa ya obi abompa ma no ho. But the greatest thing I will tell everybody is that love everybody and hate none. Do be bia men time obi bia was as do nipa bia be say bia do no. So do the no men time and nipa no. Na we ya Yankopɔ be shira. And na so Yankopɔ ba. Then one.
All right, Brother Doka, thank you very much for your time as always.
Welcome.
Just ended was Prophet Walker Afran. Prophet Walker Ashon Afran. And then and your man during the prophetic eye no. And your we no chere. I say ade bi baby as rapture. Oh honoma so be disappear. Yakopon ba before mako e entity abro mo. I say enya ade be check within this year. Ewo afia mu ene kakra didi anim ya enche e be start ye hu saade no eno na nyina ye hwe animu owie ye no o say virus for bi so say ba meaning covid na ba be around me but we know bleeding from who knows years so we start to Asia or na spread it e we ase enyo one can be any one fancy wo. And mebusa no about the global stock market and also actually also crypto pen be ya there. I mean the traditional stocks no hope them sir. When we ho and you reflect you on coup d'etat in your mind. And we boy political lectures ma. Ma nyina ye hu. Nyenti a ama coup d'etat in your man HCC African countries. So it seems that it's so inevitable. The idea we are ho hwe it's meant to be. Because of yeah, on my greed on the part of certain West Africans. Say no crepa and African leaders, West African leaders, so man, won't mean your will be out of love, be projects or development, I create jobs at the Ama youth now. Now, mom make up my mind said, "What do you want?" Says Ghana and Nipanisi care banner, and yes, you could no more control or Montana central banks, no more East Ghana. So it means they have to come after you. Because I say me a touch me pa was only there on one pie envama ubia okofa de which is true. These are the laws of nature. Karma is very real. There are certain universal laws that you can't break them. I always tell people that the highest form of protection, being spiritual or physical, is integrity. The power integrity and you won't do it. Yet you know ho. And I tell you, after the cook and say I be much down on fairly first and second. So now Guinea Bissau the end it's not done. Now can't run because all more mudimi Bissau and my favorite country, Nigeria. He was very proverbial about Nigeria. At the Ghana they say embargo die so. Into me kasa. Minchi Adam Fire Ray. Na minchi Ghana national security in Union so anyway. Na minchi the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. It's another than Kufuado. The show boy. It's just BBC what those countries now, and not because of hardship or mismanagement. Too. There's a different cause of it. We young be bringing young what she said ANC said those can but that's all bad. Also, no better to move for care. On this note, you know, so you will see now auntie and Kabila at the initial ABCA. Nah, Yanka is say, next week, Prophet Nagasaba may be sad. So, the next 8 minutes, never knew way. Ever enjoy the rest of the afternoon. It's only 4:30. I was late today. You see, more question so Abem. And Cheyenne never called the video version of it. By the end of February, Now for you, Prophet Walker. No, by next week we can try to do the video, but say you can't say be fast for about become a hono, so that all monopolize platform. And also arrangements and also be bad. There's been a drive. And we be saying general platform media as of we almost take advantage. I'm so heavy. Yeah, not. Now almost I am person contact us of one. Yeah, I'm from direct. Which I am numbers exercise here. Because what fresh are other number now, USD now in the course of the week, yeah, now at a J news, it runs on another business. Yeah, you to be another J and responding. But the flies national, who bones a prophet worker number, so prophet legend so bad, so the number at war, and God also be a reach out to him. See, we test the credibility of the people, and then they don't have us out showing it, so. We know 2 years for you and so forth. And we still have some 5 minutes to go. Few questions about me address here. Dreams now, you to me in your time because then on I'm saying some of the doors about along the line. Let me make a ticket and you may be home because near per se get it to some of the questions. To move on to me but at the appropriate time, next time or I never try to never capture the dreams, the dreams and understanding or the best shirts are the eye of the seer, Him say Prophet Walker so I want to see. Yeah, they are done as it. Well, since I started programming, or show consistency pa.
Souls of strength, Lord. You are my souls of strength. You are my one thing.
All right, once more, I will say a good evening to everyone. The week ahead of us, I wish you will be able to have a very great week. Hopefully, Jamesa Edichaya, now next weekend, share there's a special program I did on every Friday. How they be breaking the capitalist system. You be grooming more entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, and even the old ones, how we can help you expand your business. It's going to be under the Dear Business, how you can leverage your credit. Now, what do you mean? I break away from a corporate job, 9 to 5 now. It's well designed. We'll be giving 15 minutes lectures on every Friday from A to infinity. Sorry, from 1 to infinity. A to Z. That's how the teachings are going to be. It's called a strategy. And it works. It's been tested. The Friday enche mube hunsa show no so our platform we so. Obi be out in United States be our social security be no. Obi to me I join it. It's a coaching course.